To kick off? Okay. Well, ahoy, everyone who's been able to make it. And ahoy to those of you who are watching it later this week. Today, we're going to talk ship talk about bars. This was the next hot topic that you guys wanted to have a chat about. So let's do just that. We did see Elia on the front screen, but we're actually being joined by Augusto on ship. So Augusto's on screen right now, waving on Scarlet Lady in Genoa. I do have some slides with me, so you might have to pin me. We're trying a different platform to what we used last week or the other week to see if this is an easier platform for people to enjoy. So let us know what you think, which one you preferred, but you might need to pin me in order to see this flip chart. Otherwise, you might see the wrong thing or you won't know what I'm pointing to. So, right, let's get into the detail. And let's start with what is the proposition all about when it comes to delicious drinks when sailing the seven seas. And so I thought we'd run through the core proposition points just as a reminder. Basic bevies are on us. So before we get into the detail on drinks, we can put our wallets away for the majority of the drinks we consume when sailing on Scarlet Lady. So all of our waters are included, those beautiful sparkling water and pure still water, as much as you like, because we think water is a human right and we shouldn't need to pay for that. And we don't like those pesky plastic bottles. So we have the incredible water filtration system on the ship that delivers limitless water supplies to our sailors throughout the voyage. Also in that are all of our sodas. We also have our basic teas and our basic drip coffees. So you can stay well hydrated without spending $1 on board Scarlet Lady. Part of our value proposition, I just wanted to make sure that was super clear. Top mixologists. We have been working with some of the top mixologists, award-winning mixologists around the world to craft our drinks program around the ship. And they in turn have been sharing their knowledge with our incredible crew. So we have an incredible set of mixologists on board ship who've been inspired by some of the world-leading mixologists around the world who've helped us bring to life our vision and how we bring the drinks program to life at sea. Every budget covered. We're going to go into this a bit more detail. Some people get a little bit worried about drinks prices at sea, but you'll remember our Virgin service design principles when we talk about being straight up and being the consumer champion and being really fair. And so therefore, there's a drink at a price that everyone can afford. Whether you are on a budget and want to limit how much you spend on your holiday, or whether you want to splurge because it's a special occasion, there's something for everyone. And we'll go into a bit more about that. Feeling tipsy, pardon the pun, but again, back to our core value proposition, all tips are included. The price you see is the price you pay. No hidden nasty surprises. So if a drink says it's $10, it really is $10. You won't be getting a receipt saying actually it's 12 because we've added on a tip. The tip has all been taken care of. So that means exceptional value. And again, I'll just reiterate the point about our value proposition. Value proposition at Virgin Voyages isn't about cheap and cheerful. Value is about incredible quality at a price that our sailors are willing to pay. And that's about providing choice. So that's about providing great quality experiences at a really easy to access price and really indulgent experiences at a price that's worth it. So that's Virgin Value. And we think this is really high value. Moving into cheers to fair pricing. What does it mean? What does fair pricing mean? And this settles a lot of people's fears, thinking that we're going to put them on the ship and keep taking dollars out of their wallets at every possible moment. But we've promised no nickel and diming, so we're not going to do that, are we? Instead, we're going to design a drinks program that gives those people who are on a budget incredible drinks at easy access prices. So if we start at the very bottom end of the drinks menu, you'll find an incredible mix. Our beers start from $5 to $6. So if you want a Heineken or an Amstel Light, $5 to $6 is all you're going to pay, tip included. Basic cocktails, so things like a rum, a Tanqueray gin, a Jack Daniels and Coke, you're going to find that for $9, tip included. I'm telling you, if you can find drinks at that price around Miami, tell me, I'm going there. You can't get that in Miami. This is incredible value, and this is available everywhere around the ship. And then we have wines by the glass. And I don't know if any of you can remember, but I have my numbers from the other week. I can't remember what I was doing numbers on the other week. It was a percentage of something. But I've got a new percentage. And this percentage is how many wines do you think are under $10 on board, tip included? The answer is in here. How many?
27%.
27%?
Yeah.
There is a 2. And I'm going to shove that there. Bit of a giveaway. The purple figures. It's actually 42. So 42% of our wines by the glass, are under $10. So anyone worrying about trying to stick to a budget whilst having a bit of a tipsy time on board is going to find it pretty easy. So that's our cheers to fair pricing. We think that is fair, very upfront. But if you do want to indulge, then of course, all of those gorgeous indulgent drinks are on board too. But we can start at the very basics with great value at the bottom end of the value. But incredible quality drinks. This isn't cheap and tacky. This is good quality at really affordable prices. Next up, it pays to prepay. So I'm sure many of you who've worked in the sales side of things get a lot of questions around bar packages. And is there a bar package on board Scarlet Lady? Why are you being asked that? It's because of that fear of being nickel and dimed and ripped off and getting on board and being trapped and only having access to really expensive drinks. Now, we didn't think that was fair. We think the cheers to fair pricing is super fair, and therefore we don't need to do that. The other thing that's kind of interesting, and it comes back to what we were talking about the other week, is this little cycle, and it's just worth putting back up. Our little business model cycle: desirable experiences at a price a customer wants to pay, feasible to deliver, and viable for your business, that you can remain profitable and deliver this over and over again. Drinks packages are funny things, because if you create drinks packages, although it could be quite highly desirable to customers at the right price, and it's kind of feasible to do, you can give away drinks to someone who's got a special armband on that says I've paid for whatever drinks package, the issue about viability props up. And some businesses actually get a little bit stuck because they sometimes find that the consumers who buy these packages drink a lot. They waste a lot. And therefore, the cost of delivering the product is super, super high. And as a result of that, they sometimes have to play with the drinks package to make it viable. And that's like, think of taking away quality spirits and drinks from the free packages, or not free, the paid packages, and actually kind of hiding very low, cheap drinks in them and delivering those unless explicitly asked for the top shelf items. We don't think that's great quality. We don't think that's a nice experience. So we haven't offered drinks packages. The other thing we have, which is quite interesting in the desirable category, is the behavior that people assume comes along with the drinks package. And you'll hear from people who sometimes ask the question, do you have a drinks package? Sometimes they're not asking it because they want to know, can I have one? They're asking it because they want to know about the vibe on the ship. and they're really worried about people waking up, cracking open a bucket of beers at 6 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m., 9 a.m. because they can, and then wasting it and leaving and getting very drunk very early on and really being around people who they don't want to be around. That's not desirable. So drinks package is not what we did. Fair pricing is what we did. But on top of that, we did bar tab. So for those who want to prepay a $300 increment of bar tab, we will give them a $50 bonus on us. So that's the way of, if you want to just pay up front over the months prior to your voyage, so you don't have that paying off the credit card post voyage, but you want to save up in $300 chunks, pay a bar bill, a prepaid bar tab, we'll add $50 per $300 to make your bar tab that little bit sweeter. So pays to prepay on Virgin Voyages. Top mixologists. We've worked with some incredible people around the world. Cocktail Cartel, Bar Lab, Julia Momos, I hope I say her surname right. I always say that a little bit wrong. Charles Jolly, incredible people who have worked with us, discovering what the brand is about, discovering what all of our bar visions were, and helping us design the menus that brought them to life epically. And then many of our crew, and maybe some of the crew are online right now or watching this video, you'll have got to meet some of this crew as they will have shared their knowledge and inspiration behind some of the drinks that they've been selecting for us and cocktails that you now will be making for our future sailors. Now, I think Nicole is on the line somewhere. Is there anything you'd like to add? Nicole, I think you're in Italy. Is there anything you'd like to add around these incredible partners and what they've done and how they've helped us with our drink selections?
Yes, so different than, I guess, some of the other partnership, when we invite our partner to join us on board, we already know based on their style what kind of creation they will fit into our bar. So Charles Joly is a Diageo World Champion mixologist, and we know his cocktail is more complex, more technique involved. So we say, hey, On the Rock is definitely a mixology-driven bar. So let's have him design the drinks for that bar. Cartel, bunch of just fun guys. Their drinks are very flair, right? It's Augusto is at this skill, like they throw things around in the air. So we think Red Bar, he's correcting me on my terminology, is not correct. So thank you, Augusto. So
are they the Cirque du Soleil of mixologists? Is that what they are?
No, I'm just saying that I don't throw things around. I just try to catch them.
I like mine in the glass when you're making my drink. Don't throw it around too far. Okay. Straight in the glass is good for me.
I promise.
So their drinks is a lot of fun. So you can see a cricket in the one of our drinking razzle dazzle. So that's their style. So we decided to invite them to design drinks for that. Julia Mimosa, she actually opened a restaurant in Chicago and was actually on the list of Time Magazine top 100 restaurant in the world. So he designed all the cocktail and mocktail pairing for the test kitchen. And Bar Lab, obviously, where Augusto is at, the dock, Mediterranean inspired drinks. So really fortunate to have all the partners joining us and designing drinks that suit our bars. Thanks.
Sounds fun.
Back to you, Chris.
Woo! Well, there you go. That's a talented creative collective that have really thoughtfully helped us bring to life our vision. And so what does that end up with? Incredible choice for our sailors. If you speak to Dee, SVP of Design, she'll talk about that when they were working the ship and kind of doing the basics of laying out the ship and working out what to put where, they sometimes had like a little gap here and there. And she said it was really easy to fill a gap. You just wrote the word bar in it. And that's kind of what we did. We've created lots of spaces for people to grab a delicious drink, because we know that's what people love to do on holiday. So we mentioned a bit earlier, we've got our sip lounge, which is famous for our champagnes. Really beautiful lounge. Great place actually to hang out pre or post a red room or manor show. Pretty cool place. The dock and dock house, as Nicole was just saying, Mediterranean inspired. You'll probably find big pitchers or jugs of gorgeous fruity cocktails that you'll enjoy outside on the dock in the beautiful sun. If I remember correctly, when I was on board on the Atlantic, the team were playing with a beautiful sangria that they didn't seem to make much of. There was just a limited amount per day, and it was absolutely divine. So if any of you get to see those limited edition cocktails on the menu, please, please, please give them a try, because they don't last all day and they're absolutely delicious and freshly made. On the rocks, absolute the ultimate mixologist heaven, the kind of place where you go and the mixologists say, kind of, you tell me the kind of flavors and tastes you like, and I'll craft something for you. You don't have to follow the menu if you don't want to. Our loose cannon, it's kind of, Dee always describes it as inspired by Brighton Pier. If any of you have been to Brighton in the UK, that really relaxed bars, which are just incredible. You've got the seagulls outside, just really chillax spots. That's very much the loose cannon. And it's got a little bit of a theatrical theme, because the loose cannon's inspired by stories of voyages past, and it's kind of a bit eclectic. If you look around, you'll see it's been layered, as they'll call in design, or stuff has been put in it in normal language that is kind of been picked up from voyages past. And if you talk to the mixologist and bar crew there, they might tell you a sea shanty or two about their prior sailings. So this is kind of a theatrical, cool place. We've got our gym and tonic and pool bars. Gym and tonic is that lovely bar right outside the B complex gyms and the wellbeing pool. And then you've got all of the pool bars. These are really about incredible cocktails and drinks delivered fast. No one wants to wait long for a drink when you're outside in the sun and you're thirsty and you're having fun with your friends. So these are about enabling you to get access to great tasting drinks really quickly. Athletic Club, really fun bar, kind of a mix between health, the tox and detox. Which we'll pop into a bit later. But yeah, you could be working out on one side and need a refreshing hydration. And then maybe later in the evening, you'll be chilling out and needing another type of hydration. Got our red room, of course, that has a bar in flat floor mode. And our eateries have bars too. So one of the major differences about our restaurants is many of them, pretty much all of them, normal. Did we ever get them in all of them? I'll question that. But pretty much a bar almost in every restaurant, and of course that bar is curated to the style of restaurant. And somewhere like Extra Virgin, you can pop into that bar for an aperitivo hour, which is pretty delicious. But also those bars are just great places whilst maybe you're waiting for a table to pop up, or you just fancy something a little bit different to drink. The galley, right on the top, has got taps, self-service taps. Tap that hot, tap that cold, tap that hard being the hard stuff, the alcoholic stuff. Yep, in voyage well procedures, we might have to, will be needing to serve that to sailors, as we won't be able to allow that to be self-service. But as we move back to normal sailing, we can move back to self-service at some point when it's safe to do in the future. And our amazing manor, the Kick-Ass nightclub at sea. Of course, that's an incredible bar, which I still think, and I'm probably not allowed to say, is kind of inspired by that kind of Titanic-esque glamour and boom, boom room at the top of the Standard. I think that's a pretty glamorous bar to go to. And with that, I think hopefully you can see with the choice that this isn't all a set of glamorous bars. It's grit and glam combined. Loose cannon, rock up in shorts and a t-shirt. Absolutely fine. Go to the manor, you might want to get dressed up and look really, really gorgeous. If you go to the dock, you'll probably have a mix. People in t-shirts and shorts, as well as people who've glammed up for the night ahead. Everything's about finding your style of bar. Some of these destinations, you might find some live music pop up. The Dock House is a great place where you might find some live music to pop up, or maybe some of you experienced the live music we had on the rocks. So you just find your vibe where you want to hang. It's just right for you, but at a price that's right for you and a selection that, well, limitless. There are some limits, aren't there? It's a ship. It's a pretty limitless choice to me. So they are our bars, and we will kick into vitamin C. Vitamin C, if you're on this side of the Atlantic. We always talk about vitamin C, and what do we mean by that? When we mention vitamin C, it's because we're just invoking the balance in our lives. So sometimes we invoke vitamin C to be the naughty nudge to say, hey, there's an epic party going on. You've been doing a lot of chillaxing. Why don't you come and put your glad rags on and have a night out? Sometimes we'll do the opposite. If we see people who've been really hitting the gym really hard, or maybe being on the dance floor till 3 a.m. in the morning, we might want to balance them out with a healthy dose of vitamin C. So vitamin C comes to life in many different ways through well-being programs on the ship, but also through our drink and eating selection. And when it comes to drinks, we have a fresh pressed juice program. So if people really want to hydrate with fresh pressed juice, the Athletics Club bar is the place to go hang out. And have something delicious created for you. We've also got fresh pressed orange juice and items like that in Ship Eats if you wish to hang out in your room and refresh as the sun rises. And maybe you have a beautiful terrace room and you can see the sunrise over the ocean. And we also have a program of what I would call sophisticated non-alcoholic cocktails. In the past, I'd say non-alcoholic cocktails were probably seen like vegetarian food, kind of like the chicken salad with the chicken taken off. Very unsophisticated, was vegetarian of yesterday, certainly not today. You've all seen Razzle Dazzle and what incredible food can be created and through how chefs are really inspiring people through vegetarian dishes. Same goes for drinks. Drinks don't have to be orange juice to be alcohol free. They can actually be really sophisticated, and there is a growing supply of distilled non-alcoholic spirits like Seedlip. I promise I'm not an ambassador for Seedlip. I'm not getting paid for this commercial, and I can't give you a discount code to get anything off it. But if you want to try it out, they do a book. I should be an ambassador for them, shouldn't I? And you can get some ideas as to how to make a really delicious and sophisticated non-alcoholic cocktail. So you can actually have some really, really delicious drinks around the ship. So whether you want to pop to On the Rocks, have one of these, try it out. It's something that I hadn't tried before, but I actually think they're really delicious and means you don't always have to get drunk to have a cocktail. I think that's pretty cool too. And that's very much vitamin C. So that's our fly through for Ship Talk of our bars. Incredible value, fair pricing. We've been inspired and used talent from around the world to help ensure that our crew have some of the best training and best drinks to offer our sailors. Choice, 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 whether that is glamorous or whether that is chillaxed. We have choice. And we also have a healthy balance of vitamin C. So it's not all about alcohol. So I think it's time to I'm getting a bit thirsty. Maybe Augusto, can we go over to Genoa? And can you teach us something? How can we make a simple cocktail whilst we're waiting to set sail again?
Well, Chris, it's about time, huh? So as we are in Genova, we just come back to Italy. We're thinking about to do some of our version of spritz, okay, which is very famous in Italy. It gets really famous all over the world. And we in Virgil, we make a little fancy. So I think it's good and very easy to make at home. What I'm going to use is just a normal glass. It can be a wine glass if you have it. It can be a stainless wine glass if you want it. Then, should I start it? Easy, no?
Yeah, go for it.
So what I'm going to do now, I'm just filling up the glass with ice, and this, you don't need to be shy. You just dump it ice inside. Okay, you need ice for this drink. Besides the spritzes that we have normally, we use a wine. I'm using vermouth, which is a fortified wine with some infusion inside. Okay, so you add some taste on this as well. And what I'm going to do, to be easy, to measure, is 1 part of vermouth.
And that's a white vermouth, yeah? Because I always think vermouth is red. Because when I make Negroni, I use vermouth, but it's red, isn't it? But you're using a white vermouth.
Yeah, I'm using the white vermouth. It's a little bit sweet, okay? Some vermouth you see, for example, if I can say about brands, we have Martini, we have Cinzano. They have dry written on the label, but it's actually a little bit sweet, okay, or semi-sweet. And if you're at home, if you want to do it, your spritz, you can use it easy way, okay? You can take a tonic, plain tonic water, you can use it for, normally we use it club soda or soda water. And even if you want to use it, just sparkling water is fine. What I'm going to use in here is London incense, okay? Why? And this one has a little flavor on it. It's grapefruit and rosemary's, which matches with my vermouth. So it's going to be a very tasteful drink. You just top it up, and nice. I'm going to just finalize with a rosemary spring and some citrus. In this case, I'm putting some orange. I think I fill it up a little bit too much. I get too excited, I think. Well, one is enough. Okay. So, but if you want to do it a version, you can put a lemon, you can put lime, grapefruit, any citrus that you can have it. You just have fun. So cheers.
Yum.
And be safe.
Vermouth, club soda or sparkling water, and then your incredible...
Vermouth. We have, I'm using tonic water, but you can use it sparkling water with good quality, and also soda water or club soda. Okay. Ice. And in this case, I'm using rosemary's. You can put a thyme, you can put lemongrass, grapefruit slice, lime slice. All this citrus goes really well with this. And it's very refreshing. It's good for the summertime. It's summer in Miami. In here is also very hot. So I think it's perfect. And it's very easy to make it. It's easy way to take a little bit of version and home with you in vacation, of course.
I love it. And what would I call that? What do you call it? Is there a name for it?
Yeah, it's actually Lively White. Is in our dock and dock house menu. Okay, so you can find this easily on the ship. So if you're passing by, just ask for it. It's very easy, very quickly to drink, and very refreshing.
Yum. Love it. Augusto, thank you very much. Right, I think we know what everyone's going to be drinking tonight when they finish work. That looks delicious.
I know what I'm going to drink it.
Well, I was going to say, you're 6 hours, if not a little bit more ahead of us. I think it's time to drink it right now.
It's always 5 o'clock somewhere anyway. So enjoy responsible, and that's it.
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, Miami will wait another 4 or 5 hours, and then we'll be joining you. I absolutely promise.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. Anyway. Well, guys, there you go. That was our quick ship talk for this Monday morning, all about bars. I hope you found that useful, and maybe there was some new news in there. If there wasn't new news, hopefully it was a good refresher to remind you about the incredible program and bars we have around Scarlet Lady. As always, we're going to be back for Q&A on Thursday at 12 p.m. Miami time. Why do we do that? It's because hopefully a lot of you will have had chance to see this video by Thursday, and we know that a lot of questions might jump into your minds between now and then. So on Thursday, we hop back online and we do a live Q&A where everyone can contribute and share any question they like, and hopefully we can get them all answered for you. And then you are not only an expert in Rockstar Quarters, you will have graduated and now be an expert in bars. So thank you very much for joining us. Have an incredible Monday wherever you are in the world. And hopefully we'll see you back on Thursday at 12 o'clock Miami time. Ciao, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.